that a drug dealer is charged with murder for giving drugs to someone that they say killed them.
Detectives arrested Tremaine Lucky Muller. I think little Lucky ain't so lucky no more. And unfortunately for him, he decided to peddle his products in Clay County, and I think luck ran out. So I'm changing his street name from Lucky to Unlucky.
Clay County Sheriff Daryl Daniels is referring to 32-year-old Tremaine Muller, now charged with the murder of an 18-year-old Duval County Schools graduate. She died in November last year with a toxic amount of heroin laced with fentanyl. Her father described her as an outgoing, helpful, and pleasant daughter. According to deputies, Ariel Brundage, a freshman at FSCJ, was with her boyfriend, 26-year-old Tyler Hamilton, and another man, 32-year-old Christopher Williams, when she died. Deputies say they bought the drugs that killed her. Now they are facing manslaughter charges for her death. Today's murder case involving drugs is the first for Clay County, and Sheriff Daniels has a message for anyone who deals drugs or commits crimes there.
We talked about dragging people from the gates of hell in the past, and so we don't have to do that, get the hell out of Clay County, or we'll come get you wherever you are.
According to the sheriff's office, this is one of 49 drug overdose deaths in Clay County last year. Those cases are now being reviewed for possible murder charges for other drug dealers. In addition to the deaths, there were also 448 overdoses. In that case, the person does not die, but they're brought back to life with Narcan. Also, with regard to this story, they're saying it's very important for folks to understand fentanyl is not the only drug they will come to you for with a possible murder charge. Any drug a drug dealer is selling that kills someone that is using drugs, they could potentially go after you with a murder charge. Live in Clay County, Janice Harris, Channel 4, the local station.
Are things getting back to normal, would you say?
Tark, slightly, just a little bit. If you look over to my right, you'll see there is a little bit of a flow of people finally coming in, the arrivals coming in, but they have been delayed. In fact, they've been delayed so much, I want to show you right here on the board, whether it's an arrival or departure, you'll see in the yellow, every last one of them has been delayed. If you look up at the top for the arrivals, you'll see, for instance, that you may have had an arrival that was supposed to happen at noon. Now it's arriving at 3:50, so they should have arrived probably in the last 10 to 15 minutes. But overall, folks have been very frustrated, but they're understanding the circumstances because of the severe weather. But I was told by one man that it was even difficult for him to get here as he had to drive through that severe weather, taking almost an hour, normally taking 15 minutes just to get to the airport. Take a listen to him. You found out it was delayed?
I just found out when I got here.
You got here? And as far as the weather, not surprised? Since
not surprising, because I tell you, driving to the airport was treacherous.
How hard was it for you to get here?
Very difficult. It took me 15 minutes longer.
50 minutes longer? And he was very calm, despite it taking almost 50 minutes, a normal 15-minute trip, for him to get here to the airport. Now, if you want to find out about any delays in arrivals or departures, you should check with your airline. These delays are expected to continue for at least another hour or so, but they're finally starting to let up as the weather lets up for a little bit as well. Live at Jacksonville International Airport, Janice Harris, Channel 4, the local station.
Thank you, Janice.
Sport, Janice.
And you know, I'm standing here right next to the clock where folks normally go in as they're departing, 5:04 on the clock, and finally we're seeing a little bit of progress, as I want to show you right now on the board for arrivals and departures. Finally, you see a couple of flights at the top that are in white saying on time. It's the first time we've seen that in the last 10 to 15 minutes. And the same thing is happening for just a couple of departures. It looks like a couple of them just lit up, headed to Miami and Philadelphia as well. But again, all of those other times that you see in yellow are delays that are happening, whether you are arriving here or if you're getting ready to leave JAX. So some people are frustrated, but overall folks are very understanding. They'd rather stay here in the airport than take a risk and get on a flight while there is severe weather. But again, some progress being made as we go further into the evening, afternoon. Folks say they're just ready to get on their planes and get to their destination. Live at the Jacksonville Airport, Janice Harris, Channel 4, the local station.
This evening, you may want to call ahead and check with your airline. The rain is still causing some delays. Channel 4's Janice Harris is joining us live from the airport. Janice, air travel slowly resuming a normal pace?
Well, you know, Tom, for a moment, it looked like things were actually getting better, and it shifted yet again. I'm going to walk you over to the one area where folks have been coming throughout the entire day, checking the arrivals and the departures. Now, if you look up at arrivals right now, it's 6:06 on the clock, and the only flight that's going to be going out on time is going to Tampa. Other than that, as far as arrivals, actually coming from Tampa rather. And then as far as departures, as we go down to the departure section, there's only two things that are departing on time. One going to Columbus and another one going to Houston. But just about 30 minutes ago, there were at least, I'd say about 5 or 6 flights that were leaving on time. That's dropped down to 3, as you just saw. And again, the area is starting to fill up with folks that are waiting. Either they're waiting for someone to arrive or they're waiting to actually leave. So everything you saw in yellow, again, those are delays that are going anywhere from 1 hour to about 3 hours. This all began around noon. And I had a chance to talk to one woman who was here with her son, waiting on family members, and she said she'd been waiting for hours. Take a listen.
We've been here since about 11:45. So yeah.
But when you have severe weather like
Right.
this, can you really expect anything else?
No, I just they kept upping me up to date. I was like, as long as you guys get in safe, that's it. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. She only cares about the fact that if her family gets here safely, she's happy with that. She understands that the severe weather can get in the way. But again, still plenty of delays here at Jacksonville International Airport. But folks are patient and grateful that they're at least indoors and out of the rain. Live at JAX, Janice Harris, Channel 4, the local station.